Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video and a brand new segment. It's something that I like to call Big Pauly's monthly movie roundup. Yes, I'm cataloguing everything I watched, movies only, so there'll be no TV shows, but movies only through each month. And then at the end of the month, I'll talk about what I thought of the movies and what ratings I give them as well. This helps keep unwanted movie reviews off the channel. You know, it makes it easier, I think, because you know you've got to set up for each movie review you do, then you've got to edit it and do the thumbnail. And I think I've done about 20 this month, something like that. So I thought, put it all into one video, talk a bit about each film and the rating, and see how we go. You never know. If people like it and give it a thumbs up, then it might be kept. So I might be doing that on a monthly basis. But anyway, let's get going and let's have a look at what I watched for the month of September 2021. Okay, so these are actually in order of when I watched them, from the beginning of September to the end of September. So let's start off with the first one, and it's the horror film that people told me that I've got to watch and they couldn't understand why I haven't watched it, and that was The Conjuring. Yes, this stars, is it Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, based on these two ghost hunters who go and have to help a family that's been traumatized by this spirit. I really enjoyed this film. I thought this film was really good. Now, you know me, I don't like a lot of unnecessary jump scares. Insidious. But this was more... This kind of reminded me of The Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe. I liked the characters. I even liked all of the family characters with all the daughters. And yeah, I thought it was really well done. Obviously, it's like the origin story for Annabelle. The scares were good. The tension was really good. Really nice cinematography. And as it says, the scariest film of the year, it did give me some chills. I had one or two jump scares, which actually made me laugh because I wasn't expecting them. But yeah, I really enjoyed The Conjuring. So yeah, that is the first one. So I gave that 9 out of 10. So yeah, that's how much I liked The Conjuring. So I just need to watch the other two Conjurings. I've heard that the third one's not as good, but I'm looking forward to the second one. Next up, on DVD, from the director of Dog Soldiers, is a film by Neil Marshall called The Descent. And this is about a group of female friends that decide to go cave diving. And unfortunately, they get stuck in the caves and there's something hunting them. There's a lot of tension in this film. It's not a monster movie. It's along the lines of like a cannibalism movie, you know, because whatever's down there, that has been down there for a long time and has adapted to its surroundings. But it's still a really good, gripping film. There's a lot of tension. It's all mainly filmed in the dark. But the audio for this was actually really good because I had some dripping bits all around me. And as I say, it's a dark film. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Apparently there is a second film for this, but I've been told don't bother with it. Stick to the original. So I don't know if this is available on Blu-ray. I don't think it's available on Blu-ray in the UK. So if I can try and get an overseas copy of it, then that would be great. But yeah, that is The Descent. I gave that 7.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed that one. Next up, I actually don't have in my hands because it is still at the cinema. So I will post a picture right here. And it is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Yes, this is the latest Marvel movie. I really enjoyed this. Very fantastic. Is it fantastical? Is that a word? I suppose it is. Magical. There was kind of elements of Lord of the Rings in there, bits of Harry Potter, you know, all of the films that we've come to love over the years. There was kind of those type of elements all wrapped up into a Marvel movie. Great cast. I look forward to the future films from this part of the franchise. And probably for me, the standout person in this film was Shang-Chi's best friend. I thought she was hilarious in the film. I really enjoyed it. I gave Shang-Chi 9.5 out of 10. One of the best Marvel movies. Next up is another one that I actually don't have in physical form. I think there is a DVD for this, but I don't think I'll probably bother buying it. I'll stick a picture up here. It is a film called Scrawl, starring Daisy Ridley, and it's from 2015. It's kind of like a student film, you know, very basic, very low budget. You can tell they're not all professional actors, and it's just amateur dramatic society, that kind of thing. Daisy Ridley isn't in the film for that much. She has a handful of scenes. She plays like a kind of an incarnation of the devil. The main focus of the film is about this teenage boy who likes doodling. He likes comic books, drawings and doing art and stuff like that. But he does comic book drawings of his friends, and kind of what he draws kind of comes true. It kind of happens to those friends. It's a bit weird. But it was a bit weird. It was a bit dishevelled and all over the place. I only really watched it because of Daisy. But it's definitely not a film that I'm going to watch again. That I gave 2 out of 10. I think that was on Amazon Prime. I can't be sure, but I think it is. So it is available to watch free of charge if you want to watch it. I'm sure it was Amazon Prime. Next up, we have a film with Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson, and the brilliant Jacob Tremblay. Yes, we'll talk about him in a minute. But this is a film called Wonder. This really surprised me. This is a really heartwarming story. It's uplifting. It's about this little boy here who was born with facial disfigurement or facial deformities, and he's had operation after operation, and he's still not happy with how he looks, and he's scared that people will bully him and not like him. So, you know, he wears a helmet that was bought for him by his sister. And it's about him going to school, forming friendships at school, getting bullied, of course. And it's about, you know, just day-to-day life of this boy and how he handles society, how he gets through all the problems. And like I say, it is a really heartwarming little story. And he played it brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. This is one young actor that we need to keep an eye on, because I remember watching him in The Good Boys, I believe it was. He was in The Good Boys, and also has performances by Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson, who were also brilliant in the film. I gave Wonder 8 out of 10. Yeah, I really enjoyed the film. And the 4K was gorgeous as well. Next up is a film that's on everybody's 50-50 list. You know, some like it, some don't. This is Dune. I know a lot of people don't like it. I actually really like this film. I always have since I first saw it. I did get the gorgeous deluxe box set. Fantastic, yeah. So this is directed by David Lynch, and this is about spice, which is a very expensive commodity and can only be found on planet Arrakis. And it's the fight between two massive dynasties, the House Atreides and the House Harkonnen. This has Patrick Stewart in, this has Sting, lots of other characters, and I really enjoy it. I always have. It is kind of a disjointed film because there were lots of writing problems and studio interference, but on the most part I really enjoy the film. Yeah, it's one of David Lynch's few films that I actually do enjoy. So yeah, Dune. I gave that 8 out of 10. The 4K is good as well, really good. I'm looking forward to the new one as well that's coming out soon. Next up, we have Spiral, yes, from the House of Saw. Now, you know my thoughts on Saw. I didn't really like it. Yes, it had a good ending, an unexpected ending that I didn't see. But the thing about Saw is it's more gore fun. It's gore for the problem of being gore. And I don't really go in for a lot of gore stuff. So this one piqued my interest because it's more of a thriller, more of like Seven. And what was that one with Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington? Is it the Bone Collector kind of stuff? That kind of feeling. And it also starred Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. And yeah, I enjoyed this one. I actually enjoyed this one. This was more of a, like I say, more of a thriller than a straight up gore, chop your leg off, saw your arm off type of film. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, Chris Rock I thought did a really good job. What did I give this one? I actually gave this one 6.5 out of 10. So it will be a film I'll be revisiting. So I was surprised actually, I like that one. Okay, next up we have one of the films from the late night crap DVD reviews. This one is Navy SEALs versus Zombies. What can I say about this? It's basically Navy SEALs versus zombies. Yeah, it's about this group of soldiers that just have to go through the city fighting zombies, getting to kind of like a laboratory, a scientific laboratory, to try and find the cure. It's nothing special. It's nothing special. The special effects in it were a little bit ropey, you know, artificial gunfire. Just put like little muzzle flashes on the end of guns, and explosions you could see had a green screen effect to it. So yeah, it's not as good as any of the other zombie movies that are out there, but what do you expect, you know, for a DVD like this? I actually gave this 3 out of 10. Okay, so next up on the list is one of my all-time favourite science fiction films. This does have a lot of gore in it, but it is comedy gore, and it's crucial to the element of the film. This is Starship Troopers. Yes, this is the 20th anniversary edition on 4K. The 4K looks incredible. The sound is absolutely fantastic on this film as well. This is Paul Verhoeven at his best. It is just classic sci-fi. We've got Casper Van Dien, Denise Richards. We've got Jake Busey, who is hilarious in his role. Neil Patrick Harris, Clancy Brown, Michael Ironside. Fantastic cast. And it's basically about humanity that's being in danger of being wiped out by this arachnid infestation, this massive arachnid species that just want to kill everything. And the special effects in this are fantastic. It is one of the best science fiction movies of all time. The space scenes are fantastic. The battle scenes. It is a war film. It is literally Saving Private Ryan with arachnids. That's the best way I could describe it. I like the interactions. I like the characters. Denise Richards has always been someone that's not been the best actress. You know, some of her lines come across as very forced and very corny. But I love the relationship between Casper Van Dien and Denise Richards in this film. So yeah, this is a classic. I had to get this on 4K because it's not available in the UK. But what did I give Starship Troopers? 10 out of 10. One of my all-time favourite movies, definitely. Next up is Angelina Jolie's latest film. This is Those Who Wish Me Dead. I purchased this one with the intent on watching it with Lulu and Claire, because we all love a bit of Angelina Jolie, who doesn't? And it was great to see her back in the forefront. This was a good watch. We really enjoyed this. She plays like a firefighter, and she has to rescue this boy that's been targeted through his dad, through something that his dad done. And there's wildfires, and she has to save him from some assassins. Basically, that's it. It is a really good film. There's a lot of good tension. One of the assassins is Aidan. Is it Aidan Turner? Aidan Gillen. Aidan Gillen. He was in Game of Thrones. Yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film. We all enjoyed this film. So This will be a definite rewatch. I'm not sure if there's a 4K. If there's a 4K available for this, I'd love to pick this up. We gave, well, I gave Those Who Wish Me Dead 7 out of 10. Next up, a bit of Bob Odenkirk kicking ass. Yes, nobody. Loved this film from the beginning. Absolutely fantastic. This is from the writer of John Wick. It's got a John Wick element to it. Maybe he's not as brutal as John Wick, but it's a lot of fun. The bus scene, just endless arse whipping. And you get Christopher Lloyd with a shotgun, and there's just great action, great character moments. And it's a joy to watch this man working. And I look forward to him returning with the next season of Better Call Saul. But yeah, this is a really great action film. Nobody I gave 10 out of 10. Really great film. Next up, we have another movie from the crap DVD reviews. Waspnado. Although they're not wasps, they keep being referred to as bees. Yeah. This was a bit crap, to be perfectly honest. This was a real low-budget sci-fi movie, you know, a sci-fi channel movie. Crap special effects, the acting was crap. You didn't really get to see that much of the wasps, and it was just crap. I gave it 1 out of 10. Avoid it. The Beaster Bunny. Jesus Christ, this was fucking terrible. Don't ever watch this film. Don't ever watch this film. This was shit. Absolute shit. It looks scary. Christ. Go back. If you haven't seen this, go back to my late night DVD reviews and watch my review for the Beaster Bunny. You will not believe your eyes what this thing actually looks like in the film. Jesus Christ, I don't know how they got away with it, but it is nothing like that. I've got fucking older toys, floppy toys from the 70s that could do a better job. Yeah, I mean, you do get some nudie women running about every now and again, and some jugs. But this is absolute shit. The acting in this was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. I can't say anything else about this. I don't want to say anything else about this. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I would happily watch Cats than watch this again. I did give it 1.5, but only because there were some nudie jugs. So I got an extra 5 point. You perv, Paul. But, oh, Jesus Christ. It's fun, though, doing the late night DVD reviews. What have we got next? Another late night DVD review. Apocalypse Tomorrow. This again wasn't that good. This had Christopher Lloyd, but he was in it for about 2 minutes at the end of the film. And this is about... Is a kind of like a dial, like a Stargate that's discovered in this cavern. And it foretells the end of the world through zodiac signs. And it triggers all these disasters, meteors, tidal waves, swarms, volcano explosions, all that kind of stuff. But they're really not that interesting. You really don't get to see much. In a disaster film, you want to see disaster after disaster. And you probably only get about 3 in this. So you probably get about 5 minutes screen time of the disasters. And the effects are crap as well. So I don't know what Christopher Lloyd was doing in this. It was just a payday for him. 3 out of 10 though. Next up, one of my favourite actors of all time, Harrison Ford in Firewall with Paul Bettany. This was a good film. This was a gripping film. This was about Harrison Ford's character, who is like head of security of a banking organisation, and Paul Bettany plays the bad guy. He kidnaps Harrison Ford's family at their house, holds them captive, and forces Harrison Ford to basically break into the bank, into the vault. So yeah, it's a really gripping film. I enjoyed it. I only ever seen it once before, but I'm glad I rewatched it. I will actually be getting rid of this one because I've already got it in the Harrison Ford 5 movie collection. But yeah, it's a good film. It's a good film. I gave that 6.5 out of 10. Next up, we have a piece of poo. That's right. We have the Emoji Movie in 4K. Now, I'm going to say this. It looks good. The bright, vibrant colours of all of these characters looks fantastic on screen. It's just like a rainbow. It's like a magical rainbow exploding on the screen. It's just a shame the film isn't that good. Patrick Stewart voices a piece of poo. Yes. Bleh. Oh dear me, I don't know what to say about this. I mean, High Five, that character there, High Five, is voiced by James Corden, so I really don't know what to say about that. That character was as annoying as hell. I wanted to slap her, slap the smile off her face. It's just about emoji characters and what they do inside your phone. I don't think anybody really gives a shit, but I had to watch it. I wouldn't say it was a fun watch. It was moderately entertaining, but I don't think I'll ever watch it again. But that's the Emoji Movie. I gave that 3 out of 10. Next up is a film that really surprised me. This actually won Brie Larson Best Actress at the Academy Awards. This is a film called Loom, which I think is based on a book. This really surprised me, yes. Yeah, based on the best-selling novel. This is about a woman, and for the first part of the film, you get the impression that she's a single mum living in a dingy house, you know, with dirty walls and that, can barely put food in front of, you know, her child, bringing up her child, and the husband coming home late at night. And that ain't the story at all. That ain't the story at all. Not to go too much into spoiler territory in case anybody wants to watch it, but let's just say Brie Larson was taken when she was young, when she was in her teens, and she's in this house but not of her own will. But the performances again in this film are fantastic. You really need to watch this. This is a great movie, a really great movie. And again, Jacob Tremblay, this is one of his first performances. He absolutely shined in this film, as did Brie. Just such a great pairing. And there was some teary moments towards the end. There's other great characters in there as well. I think William H. Macy was in it as well, playing Brie's dad. But it really is powerful, because you know that this kind of thing happens in real life. And it has happened. It's been on the news over the last, couple of decades. You see maybe someone in Austria or somewhere, or someone in America, where this kind of situation has actually happened. And it's great to see through these characters. Yeah, that was Room. I really enjoyed the film. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have a bit more James Corden. Now, I must admit, I'd rather have James Corden voicing than actually appearing. Peter Rabbit 2, yes. No Daisy Ridley in this one, unfortunately. This one was much more adventurous than the first film, because Peter and his friends venture out to the city. As you can see there, they have lots of fun. And Domhnall Gleeson is much more likeable in this film. He's recently got married to Rose Byrne in the film. And he's okay with Peter and his friends in the vegetable garden, as long as they stay away from his prized tomatoes, and they're coexisting. But I thought this was a nice little film. I kind of prefer it over the first film. It was a bit more adventurous, a bit more out there, because there was other animals, some hilarious cats. in the city. So yeah, I actually I really like this film. So I gave this one 6 out of 10. Next up, we have a bit more Daisy Ridley. This is a film I picked up ages ago. This is not available on Blu-ray in the UK, but I imported the US, and this is Ophelia. And this is basically the story of Ophelia, played by Daisy Ridley, and Hamlet, who's played by the guy from 1917. George Mackay. Tom Felton is in this. From Harry Potter, and he plays Ophelia's brother, and also Clive Owen being nasty like he normally is, and Naomi Watts. So it's a good cast. It's a good, strong cast, and this tells the story of Ophelia through her eyes. So it's not the Hamlet story; it's the Ophelia story, and it's an entertaining watch. It's a good watch. I can go back and watch it again. You know, it's never boring. I love the cinematography, the look of it, inside these like stately castle rooms. And yeah, I thought it was really good. The acting was good all round. George Mackay was fantastic in it. Daisy was absolutely brilliant in it. I think she was the standout, and she looks absolutely amazing, even with ginger hair. And I don't normally go for gingers. But yeah, this was really good. I really enjoyed Ophelia. That's 6.5 out of 10. Next up, we have a film called Alpha. And I was told to watch this many years ago, and I've actually only got round to watching it now. This is the earliest concept of how man's best friend became friends with man. Although it's kind of a wolf in this, a wolf dog. Yeah, this is about a tribe where this young guy here has to go out hunting with his family, his father, and other members of the tribe. It's a coming of age film. He gets separated, unfortunately, from his family, and he has to make his way back through treacherous landscapes, ice, mountains. It's gorgeous, absolutely. It is a absolutely stunning looking film. At times it reminded me of Lord of the Rings, with the sweeping Mordor hilltops and things like that. The picture quality is incredible. I thought I was watching a 4K. Seriously, the picture quality is that good on the Blu-ray. The audio was fantastic as well. I love the audio. And they actually created a brand new language just for the film. So when you watch the film, you think, oh, are they Danish or are they Finnish or something like that? The language was created just for this film. So it's dialogue that no one's ever heard before. But it's a beautiful film, and there is some tense moments in it. If you're a fan of dog films, if you love dog films, and the relationship between man and dog, and soppy stories like Marley and Me, you'll enjoy this in kind of like a prehistoric time. Well, not prehistoric, because it's set I can't remember. I think it's like 20,000 years ago or something. But as you can see there, it's a great film. It is a great film, absolutely great film. And I gave that 9 out of 10. As I say, the quality of that picture fooled me thinking that I was actually watching a 4K. So Christ knows what the 4K looks like, if there is one. We have one film left, and unfortunately I don't have a physical for it yet, so I will post a picture here. It is the latest James Bond film, No Time to Die. What can I say about this film? This was a really good James Bond film. This dwarfs Quantum of Solace. It's not as good as Skyfall or Casino Royale. Slightly a bit better than Spectre, even though I do enjoy Spectre. This film was long. It's nearly 3 hours long, just short of 3 hours long. We have Bond doing all his action stunts. We have Madeline. We have Christopher Waltz. We have Rami Malek. It's a great Bond film. It really is a great Bond film. It has divided audiences, though. I know this hasn't opened in America yet, so we don't know what the overall feeling is going to be like in other countries. I had no problem with the ending of this film. I thought it was handled really well, and I can understand why they did what they did. Kind of like wrapping up the whole Daniel Craig era. But a lot of people didn't like it and thought it was either crap or unnecessary to go down that road. But it's up to your own self, you know, it's up to your individual self whether you like it or not. I gave No Time to Die 8.5 out of 10. Yes. So there we go. That is my list of movies that I have seen in the month of September. I hope you enjoyed this video and got a bit of entertainment out of it. Maybe I influenced you to maybe go and check a few of these films out. If you haven't seen them, just avoid the Beaster Bunny at all costs. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Blah, blah, blah. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I'll see you on the next video. And also on the movies I watched in October, which will be at the end of this month. So I think I might keep this little segment. It gets me talking about movies, and it forces, well, not forces me, but it gets me watching movies, because sometimes it's really tricky to get a film on with everything else that goes on in people's daytime lives. And I probably watched more movies in September than I have in any other month or 6 months. But there we go, that's what it is. I've already started the list for October, so I look forward to doing that in October. But until the next time, bye.